it comes to looking good in photographs, there are a few changes you can make to the way that you pose to make sure that you look great every time. Now, sometimes the word pose can really put people off having their photograph taken. I'll often hear families talk about the fact they want natural photographs. They want them to be unposed. But actually, a completely unposed photograph can quite often not be very flattering because perhaps it emphasises a feature you don't want to emphasise, or it catches you in an uncompromising position. So in this video, I'm going to share 4 quick tips that you can use whenever you're having your photograph taken so that you look your best, whether you're looking at the camera or you're going for a more natural shot. So the first tip is to angle your body. When you stand straight onto the camera, you're showing your whole width of your body to the camera. And that obviously makes you look larger than if you stand side on and angle your body slightly and not all of your body is facing the camera. The next tip is actually to push your neck out a little bit before you have your photograph taken. Now, you might notice sometimes in a photo it appears that you have a double chin when you don't normally look like that in real life. But there is a secret to why you might appear like this sometimes and not in others. Just before you have your photograph taken, push your chin out slightly and drop it down. Now, this might not feel very natural while you're doing it, but it creates a really flattering photograph, particularly if it's a photograph where you're not looking at the camera and where you're engaging with one of your children or looking at your baby. It can really make sure that the line underneath your chin is nice and flattering and doesn't create that double chin that's not normally there. The third tip is just to relax. Now, quite often when I'm taking someone's photograph, particularly at the beginning of a shoot, I'll notice that their shoulders come up towards their ears. And that's natural. We all do it when we're a bit tense or we're a bit uncomfortable, but it's obviously not going to look very relaxed in the photographs. So once you're in the right position, you've pushed your chin out a little bit, take a deep breath and relax those shoulders down. And it will give for a much more relaxed, happy and natural photograph. And then finally, smile. So as adults, we are quite inhibited quite a lot of the time and we find it quite uncomfortable to smile on demand. Now, the one thing you should not do when you need to smile is say cheese. It doesn't create a flattering smile on anybody. As you've probably noticed, if you've got children and you ask them to say cheese, you end up with photographs with a big cheesy grin and not the natural smile that you're hoping for. A better tactic that I like to recommend is that you just do a fake laugh. So it can feel quite uncomfortable, but you'll get a much more natural smile. And after you've done your fake laugh, you probably won't be able to help yourself but smile naturally as well, giving the photographer plenty of opportunity to capture a lovely expression. Now, when you're working with an experienced photographer, you'll probably find that they direct you in all of these ways anyway, so you don't need to remember them all on the day. But if you would like to look better in your own photos that you take at home or in a selfie, it's really worth putting them into action. I'd love to hear how you get on with these 4 tips. Do let me know. You can let me know in the comments below or send me a message via my website. I'd love to hear from you and I will get back to you.